We now want to return to our top story this hour. President Trump's announcement of sweeping tariffs on all imported goods.
Under the plan, the European Union will face 20% tariffs, and in China, 34% will be added to the existing tariffs, bringing that total to a whopping 54%. It also includes a baseline 10% tariff on all countries except Canada and Mexico, which will not face additional tariffs beyond those already announced. The president of the European Commission said in a statement the global economy will massively suffer, adding that the consequences will be dire for millions of people around the globe.
For more on the international reaction to these tariffs, let's bring in NBC News international correspondent Molly Hunter. She joins us from London. Molly, good morning. So those comments from the European Commission's president, they are just a taste, really, of the international reaction. What are other world leaders saying?
Hey, guys, good morning. That's right, just a taste. And I know you already heard from Brian about European and Asian markets already down. But I've got to say, waking up this morning in the UK, investors here, every front page of the newspapers, people are stunned by the numbers. So I'll run you through a couple of the world reactions. Here in the UK, no word on immediate retaliation from Prime Minister Keir Starmer. He said we should react with cool and calm heads. Now, in Japan, the largest overseas investor in the U.S., you guys, the Prime Minister called the tariffs, quote, extremely regrettable. No talk of retaliation yet, but he did say that his government was trying to impress on the United States administration that Japan is helping the United States to industrialize again. I'll run through a couple more. In Australia, of course, a very close ally of the United States, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said this is not the act of a friend, but he said his country would not join in retaliatory tariffs, vowing Australia would not join a race to the bottom that leads to higher prices and slower growth. And finally, China, of course, which was in the chart that you guys just showed viewers at the top right there. China vowed to take countermeasures to, quote, safeguard its own rights and interests. Its state media described the tariffs, you guys, as self-defeating bullying.
So, Molly, when we look at the European Union, I mean, it's one of America's most important trading partners, 27 nations. Exports from those nations make up nearly a fifth of U.S. imports. Is the expectation that they're going to retaliate?
Yeah, huge impact. And actually, EU Chief Ursula von der Leyen held a very early morning press conference this morning. Take a quick listen to what she said, and I'll talk to you afterward.
We are prepared to respond. We are already finalizing the first package of countermeasures in response to tariffs on steel. Europe has everything it needs to make it through the storm. We are in this together. If you take on one of us, you take on all of us.
If you take on one of us, you take on all of us. That is the message from the EU this morning. She also said it is not too late to address concerns through negotiations. Let's move from confrontation, she said, to negotiation. Now, we've heard from almost all of the EU bloc prime ministers this morning. In Italy, for example, we heard that Giorgia Meloni, the prime minister there, said the EU should work in every possible way to avert a trade war. We also heard from her office that she has cleared her schedule today to focus specifically on this, and I'm sure she's not the only one. You guys.
Yeah, Molly, Mexico and Canada, they were spared from this round of tariffs, but they've already undergone lots of back and forth with the Trump administration since Inauguration Day. How are they responding this morning?
Very differently, Savannah. Actually, we did hear from the new prime minister in Canada, Mark Carney, of course, who has a lot of experience both in this country and in Canada at the Bank of England and the Bank of Canada. And he had a very strong response. He said they will unveil a full set of countermeasures today. We are going to fight these tariffs with purpose and with force, he told reporters ahead of a cabinet meeting. A slightly different tone down south. The Mexican president says she did not plan to implement tit-for-tat tariffs. Her exact quote, you guys, it's not about tit-for-tat, but about what is best for Mexico and how to face this situation. Of course, watching those two countries very closely as well on your side of the Atlantic.
Yeah. All right, Molly, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.